If you own a small business and you have a business partner, we strongly encourage you to consider a buy-sell agreement. Sometimes they're called agreements among owners. Whatever the title is, what's really important is that you address what we call the big D's, and that is death, disability, divorce, disinterest, and dishonesty. Those are triggering events. Let me give you an example of how a triggering event comes into play in the context of a buy-sell agreement. What happens if your business partner dies? What happens to your partner's stock? Maybe she's married and you really don't want to be business partners with her widower. What if you die? You want your family to receive full benefit from all your hard work in the creation of this business. And if you don't have a buy-sell agreement, you might lose, or your family might lose, the benefit of all your hard work. What happens if your business partner is dishonest and uses company assets for his or her own personal benefit to the detriment of the company? That dishonesty should trigger your right to buy your partner out, or at least require your partner to compensate the company and compensate you for the losses suffered as a result of that dishonesty. And you can imagine scenarios where someone becomes disabled or someone gets a divorce. No one wants the ex-wife to get the company, but we want to make sure the widow is protected. Buy-sell agreements deal with those scenarios, and buy-sell agreements, if properly constructed, properly written, and they're tailored for your needs, they actually create a market where you can sell stock to your partner or to a widow where you couldn't otherwise sell. Your small business generally can't be traded on the public stock exchanges. So you got to go sell your business interest to someone else. The natural purchaser of your interest in the business would be your business partner. So you can kind of create a market. You can come up with pricing mechanisms and payment terms right there in the buy-sell agreement. They're awesome documents. They often cause the parties to be more reasonable when there are disputes. It's a great tool. Unfortunately, a lot of business owners don't have buy-sell agreements, or they have really poorly written ones. They have written agreements that don't match the circumstances and their actual needs. So you got to go to a knowledgeable business attorney who understands buy-sell agreements and can form a buy-sell agreement that's a win-win for everybody. The company wins, you win, and your partner wins. Done properly, buy-sell agreements are a great tool. You also can fund them with insurance so that there's actual funding available to buy your stock in the event you became disabled or died, or one of those other big D's were to occur. This is a great way for you to protect your family and the interests you've developed in that business. In the absence of a buy-sell agreement, you're at the mercy of the courts often, and that's not a good scenario. So we encourage you to sit down and consider forming a buy-sell agreement with your business partners. And the time to do so is early. Do it early in the formation of the company before the company becomes large, people become entrenched, and it's more difficult to negotiate the terms of that buy-sell. For more information about running a small business and the legal aspects of having a small business, please visit our website.